Hey everyone, Jake here for American Trucks, and in this video I'm taking a look at the GTR Lighting Carbide LED headlights with black housings and clear lenses fitting 2009 to 2018 Ram 1500s. These headlights are going to be perfect for the Ram owner who's looking for improved lighting output and sleek modern style in one easy package. These carbide headlights from GTR Lighting provide lots of great lighting output for a pretty reasonable price. Oftentimes when we see aftermarket headlights, they don't look like they belong on the truck. That, however, is not the case here at all. These are designed to be an OEM looking setup that mimics the factory LEDs pretty closely. However, these have significantly improved lighting versus your stock headlights. Now inside the light, you'll find black housings for a more sinister type of look, but something that's not too overly aggressive. Surrounding the main lighting elements are these LED daytime running lights. You get one strip up here and one down here way on the bottom. Now these are super bright, but they also automatically dim when your low beams are switched on. On the bottom portion of the light, right here above the LED running light, you've got amber LED turn signals. Again, much brighter than your stock turn signals. And these are sequential, which really just ups the cool factor a little bit. But the biggest story here though are the main optics. These are 3 projector style LEDs. They are bi-LEDs, so all 3 will function as your high and low beams. Being projectors, that means that the lighting output is great with a wide throw and a sharp cutoff, and these feature a cool color temperature, so they're going to be a little bit more on the white side versus the yellow side, which you'd find with factory halogens. So these are going to put out a heck of a lot of light, and they'll be bright too, especially as compared to those factory halogens. They also include factory style adjusters on the back, which does mean that they are fully DOT, SAE, and FMV 108 SS compliant, which means they are fully street legal. Construction here is going to be your standard ABS plastic for the outer housings with polycarbonate lenses over top. And those polycarbonate lenses also have a UV resistant coating over top to prevent yellowing and cracking. Now everything here is weather sealed to keep the electronics inside safe and dry as well. Those LEDs are powered by TIR optics, and since they are LEDs, they should last you quite a long time. Plus they've also got integrated heat sinks on the back and another one down here on the bottom. So they're going to keep those LED units nice and cool inside. Plus everything comes pre-wired and ready to go. All you've got to do is plug a few things in. Now pricing for this setup is going to come in at about $1,000, which puts them pretty much in the middle of the range, and they do far undercut a lot of other full LED lighting setups. These are going to offer you a lot of good features plus some serious light output for the money though, and they illuminate like those more expensive options in the category. You just get to save a few bucks. Installation is going to get a 1 out of 3 on our difficulty meter, and these should take you about an hour to complete. Now you won't need to modify anything on your truck, but you will need to run some of the included wiring. You've got a few connector adapters here, and you've got one fuse tap, but all that's going to do is plug right into the fuse box and plug right into the wiring harnesses. That's pretty much all there is to it. So enough of me talking about it, let's head on out to the shop now and we'll walk you through that process.
For this install, you will need an impact, extension, 10mm socket, clip removal tool, and either the fuse puller in your fuse box or a pair of needle nose pliers. What's up guys, today we're going to be doing some headlights on our Ram. Now before we get started, we're going to send you to watch a short video on how to remove your factory setup. First things first, you will need a clip removal tool also to remove your upper shroud, then proceed as directed, and we'll see you when you get back. So we've got our clip removal tool, and we're going to remove all of the push pins holding our shroud in place. You can even go underneath your shroud itself to get the push clips out. And they can stay in the shroud. Last one here. Once you have it out, remove your shroud.
For this install, we are going to have to pull the grill off the front end of our truck to gain access to the headlights. You don't need a whole lot of tools to accomplish this job, and I'm going to walk you through every step of the process. So let's get started. The first step is actually going to be to remove the rad support cover. Ours is missing, and all you'll need is this little clip removal tool to pop the clips out to remove that, and that is going to gain you access to these 4 10mm bolts here at the top of the grill. So I'll use my 10mm socket on a ratchet and pull those out. Once those bolts are removed, you can grab the grill from the front end and just give it a good pull, and it should come right off. The next step is actually going to be behind the headlight, and you're going to gain access to this through the inner fender liner. There's an access window that we can use to get to the back of the headlight, and we're going to be feeling for this white tab here. It has a lip on the bottom of it, and all we have to do is push it up to unlock it. I just need to pull the clip for the access window back, and then I can fold that back out of my way, and then I can put my hand inside and release the tab. Next, once again, using my 10mm socket and ratchet, I'm going to remove the 2 bolts here on the front of the headlight. That'll allow me to pull it out and unplug it from the vehicle. Now I can pull my headlight out and unplug my connectors. Just to give you a little bit of a better visual of the clip that I was referring to earlier, this is it right here, and it is currently in its locked position. By pushing it up, you open up the slot here to allow the headlight to come out.
Alrighty guys, welcome back. Now that we've got our factory headlights removed, we can begin to install our new setup. Now before we can install our headlights, we have to add an additional harness for our headlight functions. So we're going to be going over to our fuse box and tapping into our factory fuses. So we've got our fuse box here located right in front of our battery, and the first thing we need to do is push these tabs in to open it up. Now, your fuses are labeled on the inside of the cover, and we're going to be looking for fuse number 66. So that's going to be this 10 amp fuse right here. Now we do have a fuse puller in our fuse box. If yours is a little bit aged or if this has been lost, you can also use a pair of needle nose pliers. We're going to grab this fuse and pop that out and set it aside. We're going to grab our add-on harness, which already comes with fuses in our fuse tap, and set that in its place. We can route our wiring down, close our fuse box back up. Now you can trim the top of this fuse box to allow this wire to go through. We're not going to be doing that for demonstration purposes, but you should secure this back down and hang on to that factory fuse. And one more thing, you also definitely want to return your fuse puller. Always good to have that in there. Now we have a connector on our harness for each headlight. The shorter side is going to be for the driver's side. There is an opening right down in here. We'll pass that through to the headlight area. And you can route your passenger side of your harness over towards the passenger side and do the same thing. There's the same opening over there. Next, we can install our adapter harness. So our 2 plug sides is going to plug into our factory connectors for our lights, with our single one going into our new headlight. So we have colored wires here. Our yellow, white, and black one is going to go into our marker light connector, like so. Make sure you lock that safety tab back in. And our green, black, and red is going to go into our main headlight connector. Lock that one in. Now we can grab our headlight and get that in place. And now we can get our add-on harness plugged in. We have our little 1-wire connector here on our headlight. Snap that in, our main headlight plug into our adapter harness. Make sure that locks into place. Once we have those plugged in, we can set our headlight into its factory mounting position. And we'll get everything secured. We'll start with our 2 10mm bolts with our 10mm socket and extension on our impact. Get our shorter one in up top first. Our longer one in the bottom. Now again, with this part, it's really hard to see, but you want to reach back through that trap door in your wheel well. Make sure that tab is in its locked position. Then we'll reattach our trap door, reinstall our push clip. Then we can repeat this process for the other side. Now that you have both lights installed, we can reinstall our grill. Remember to line up your locator tabs about midway up your grill. Give those a little bit of a push back into place, and we can reinstall our 4 10mm screws along the top. So now we've got our 4 screws and our 10mm socket and extension on our impact again. We'll get these installed. After that, we can reinstall our shroud. We'll get this in place. Make sure it's lined back up with the mounting holes. Then just push those clips back down into their positions. That'll do it. Alrighty guys, that about wraps up our review and install of our GTR Lighting Carbide LED headlights with black housings and clear lenses for your 09 to 18 Ram 1500. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything Ram, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.